30-day, 30 minutes live. So we just gonna jump into what are we gonna talk about today. And today I want to talk about toxic work environments. And I'm gonna start with some of my experiences and then go from there. So one of the ones that I remember distinctly of a toxic manager, she was a woman. And just so happened, this woman, I previously knew her from schooling and everything. So I thought she was fine. And she was pursuing me to be um, one of her team members. Um, and so I was like, okay, give her a chance. I've never just really interacted with her other than seeing her because she was older than me. But I was willing to give a chance because in the position that I was in at the time, I was just an admin. And so I've been trying to branch out and find myself inside of the company. And this was an opportunity not only to expand on the position that I was trying to get to, but it was also gonna bring me more revenue. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be a financial gain, and it's gonna be something that I can turn around and say, um, I'm moving up the ladder when it comes to my career goals. So when I got in the position, it started out good. Like, we communicated well. She was telling me that she was going to make sure that I got all the training that I need, and it wasn't just going to be, throw you to the wolves and figure things out. I even had a young lady to come from out of another state to mentor me and train with me. Okay, so we're going along good. I'm starting to learn new things. It's going okay. And it was getting to be where you wanted to micromanage me. And to the point where you needed to know how I was doing in each phase, which is nothing wrong with that, but it becomes to be a problem when you feel like I should be farther along than where I'm at in your mind. But mind you, she's new to the company. She's new to everything about this position, other than she's been in financing before, but not this particular company. And this is wasn't a company that you can just come off the street and you just doing basic calculation and all that. No, these are big projects with millions of dollars that's come into place. So with her, it was like she felt like because she had been with this other company, that she actually, you know, knew things. She wouldn't take criticism well. Even the young lady that was training me, she was even trying to, let her know I can train her to do everything that you need her to do, but I need to be able to know that she comprehend what she doing and not just pressing buttons to get a solution. She need to be able to explain it if I come back and ask her, how did you get that? Where did that come from? But in her mind, it was like that wasn't what she wanted to do. She needed to know that I can complete this at a certain time, and um it just didn't make sense to her to for me to be going at a slower pace than what she wanted me to be. Well, the thing about this is, yeah, I could have just typed in the numbers and got the solution, but will I be able to retain this come next year when we have to go through the same cycle of projects again? And that's what the trainer was telling her. If you let me train her the way I want to train her, you will be able to see success for the years to come, not just this temporary couple of weeks that we are down and have to get this project pushed out. Okay, so fast forward. The young lady leaves. Baby, when I say she really starts showing her true colors with micromanaging and the passive aggressive attitudes and all of that. I would get these nice, nasty emails as far as what am I doing with my time, and if I'm asking her to show me different things, it's like you speed through it. You're not trying to take your time to show me, to the point where I told her I need more training. And she basically said, I didn't need more training. I just need to use critical thinking. Like, what? That's not what you tell your employee. You need to make them feel safe and comfortable, to the point where I was like, you know what, this is not gonna work for me. And it got so bad that I had to go to HR. And had I known what I know now when it comes to HR and this and that, I would have seek legal um, information, or retain legal um, advice before going to HR. And I tell anybody, HR is not your friend. HR is there to protect the company. So they're going to tell you what you want to hear for that moment, but ultimately they're going to look out for that company. So you do your due diligence. If you're having problems at work, do not go to HR. Go and seek legal advice first, and they can help you maneuver through all that stuff. Because really, what that woman was putting me through, I should have sued, because it made no sense that I'm having to go back and forth with this lady, and she's sending these nice, nasty emails to basically trying to do a paper trail on me and trying to get me fired. But one thing I can say, when you serve God, there's nothing somebody can't do to you that God is not going to either. If he allow it, it's something better coming along with it. And that's the way I looked at it. But this lady was on one. When I say, when I look back at old emails of what she sent and how she was just being so passive aggressive with me, like, it was unreal. And even to the point where the young lady that I was friends with, she came over and joined the group, and she seen it for herself, and it was like worse with me um, than it was with her. And it was like, I thought she was cool. I said I thought she was too, but it was like you were basically trying to throw your chest out, like I was incompetent, and I should have been glad that she even took me on as an employee. Like, this lady was horrible, one of the worst managers I have ever had. And it's sad to say, because she was black. So it, to me, it gave me a sour taste in my mouth on women being my manager. And all of them is not going to be the same, because I've had some horrible men um, managers. And I would say usually it was a woman in their ear. If I've had a bad man manager, or they was just had feminine tendencies, because I had one that um, acted like he wanted to be a woman. But it's like, when you think about the workplace and how people will make you seem like you're the problem, and really they are. And what I learned from all of that is, share less, do your job. You don't have no friends, go home and keep it moving. And if you having problems within the workplace, make sure you taking notes of it. Time, date, what the person said, what did you say, what was the outcome. Document all that stuff, because you gonna need it. Like, literally, I learned, when it comes to corporate and learning how to tolerate a hostile environment, you need documentation. Even put down what you feeling and how it made you feel, because you will need that in the future. If anything happens to you on the job, always document right then. Do not wait. As soon as it happened, write it down and take notes of what everybody action was around you and how did it make you feel, because you will need that if it ever comes up where you have to pursue like a lawsuit or anything. Paper trail. Make sure you putting everything through email so that nobody can erase nothing, because even if they try to delete theirs, it still will be in the system. So don't ever think that by yourself when it comes to that type of stuff. I just learned when it comes to the workplace, the less your coworkers know about you, the better. And also, if they come up on your social media page, block them. Do not let the people that work with you follow you on social media. If you see they on there, block them. And you can do some pre-screening. Go and check your followers, or go find that person and block them before they even come up on your stuff. So this my thing when it comes to working. You got to separate between people, because so many people will act like they your friend, but they really not. They just be trying to be nosy to see what you got going on and to make sure you don't get ahead of them. So when it comes to the business place and your social sites and all of that, block anybody that you know is watching you. They like a monitoring spirit. Don't have them on your page. I just learned that. That's even like with some of my church members. Block them. For what? What you need to watch me for? I don't need that type of energy. And they not gonna like none of your stuff. So what's the purpose of having them on there, just to see what you got going on and what they wanna find out to gossip to the next person. So nope. I came in 2025. If I think you just watching my stuff so you can pass on the information or screenshot to somebody, blocked. Because for what? What you need them on there for? All they doing is monitoring your stuff, trying to figure out information about you. So that was my spiel about the workplace and things that I've experienced with working. Now I've had some good managers. Like I've had managers to check on me when I was sick or I was going through different things. So not all experiences are bad, but it just makes you aware of people and what they do and how they do things. Cause like I had one manager, I'm confiding in her because of my husband going to jail. And come to find out, she done went and told everybody up in that office what was going on. And I'm telling her on the standpoint, in case I'm out or anything, that she'll know, I'm dealing with something with him. But she was just malicious. But one thing I learned is, while you think you hurting somebody else, telling their business, it's going to happen to you. And it's going to be way worse than what you put somebody else through. So don't think that just because a person feel like they getting one up on you, they better watch out. Because my grandma always say, you dig a dish for me, you better make sure you got a shovel for yours. So don't let people make you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have told that person, because they just going to spread it. For what? If you done told my business, somebody going to do you worse. So, yep. I was like, all right, I see how you do. It just made me be aware of, it don't matter who the person is. If they want to be nasty and rude and tell your business, that's something that they going to have to deal with, because it's going to come back around on them. And so I was just blessed that after that incident, I end up getting I had started applying for other places. And so I had went to Jackson State at one point. I was accounting there, and started out okay. Then the lady that had to train me, I think she felt like I was a threat because I went back to school to get my master's. And one thing that anybody knows about me, my personality, I'm very easygoing, down to earth, and I don't think she liked it. And it became a problem. Like, this lady would sit up there and try to get the manager to look at everything I do, to the point where I could just see the different things that she would try to say and do behind my back to try to get me in trouble. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this lady get the best of me. So I end up having to go out for surgery. And when I went out for surgery, and it was like I got away from all the negativity, and you know, when I came back, everybody was happy to see me. They was like, man, we so glad to see you, and this and that. And they lady, you know, being nasty to everybody else. So they was like, we so glad to have you back in here. Somebody with, you know, a good spirit and this and that. So as time went on, me being in there, it was like she wouldn't show me extra things that I could do so that I could complete more jobs. All she did was complain of the jobs that I didn't do, but she wouldn't show me what extra I could do, that she was saying that I wasn't doing. See, that's my thing. It's one thing for you to say I'm not doing my job, but it's another thing to withhold the information from me just so I won't seem like I'm doing more than you. You want to keep me at a minimum so that you can have something to complain about. And that's what she would do. Like, she would sit up there and complain about what I wasn't doing, but she wouldn't show me what else I could do to make the job load easier on her. She just wanted to say, well, I'm doing this and this and that, and she not doing this and that, but you not showing me. I've even had went even asking her, what else, you know, do you want me to work on? That lady wouldn't show me nothing. She'll turn around and say, well, let me go and finish this and then I'll get back with you. So I'll go off and start helping other departments in there because I don't want to seem like I'm sitting there not doing nothing and then I get rolled up for not doing nothing. So um when I end up going helping for a couple of, I think a couple of weeks, I had to go up to the catering department and help that manager. um I didn't really like that because we in the same office, and so it just was awkward. Like, they put her, the catering manager, in this like smaller box office. It was smaller than this room, but it was where we both sharing this space together. It just wasn't conducive. Like, there were not, it wasn't like it was a separation between us. It was basically we in this one big room together. Her desk is well, my desk was long ways and hers was like this way, and hers you could see straight out the door. So it was like, it was weird, but she wasn't weird in a sense like the other lady that was training me was acting towards me. So it was like I got away from that foolishness, but then I had to go back down there and go back to the regular schedule stuff. Well, while we was out on spring break, because mind you, I'm working at Jackson State University. So while we out on break, I had some graphics because I do graphic t-shirts and stuff with the vinyl. And I had a graphic of the lady wanted these lips. And I thought I deleted everything off the computer, but that one didn't move. Well, when I got back off of the spring break, he calls me in the office and was like, I got the other guy in here so he can be a witness. I'm having to write you up because here you had the opportunity to do more work, but you chose to have things that's not appropriate for this workspace. I see you got graphics on here with lips and stuff, when to me you could have used your time wisely to help her with work. And I'm sitting there looking like, I've learned that the less you talk, the better. I'm not finna argue back and forth with you. You just tell me what you putting down and we can go from there. So he was like, I'm gonna give you this write up, and if it happens again, then we'll have to seek other disciplinary actions. So I'm just sitting there like, are you serious? This fool is sitting up here writing me up for a graphic, and you saying I could have did more with helping the lady, but here I'm constantly asking this lady, do she need more help? I wasn't finna go back and forth and plead my case with him or none of that, because for you to write me up, you already had it in your mind. It wouldn't have been nothing that I said that was gonna change anything, which was fine because there was already a ram in the bush. So once I got that write up, the same day, show you how God worked in mysterious way. The same day I had one of my cousins that stayed in Detroit. Well, she moved back down here, and she was with a lawyer. And she was like, I came in, she was sitting there talking to mama them, and I was just like, I'm tired, I'm disgusted. And they was like, what's wrong? So I'm telling them what happened, and she was like, you want to stay there? And I'm like, no, but I mean, I don't have no other option right now. And she was like, yes you do. um my boyfriend's looking for another paralegal. So if you want to, I can talk to him about it. So I didn't think much of it. You know how people be talking, that's just the way, I look at things, like people just be talking and you know, don't want to seem like they not interested in what you're saying. So I was like, okay. So that was around, I got off about 5. I was there at 5, and by 7 she called me. She said, hey, can you come at 8 o'clock in the morning? And I was like, for an interview? She was like, yeah. He said, if you can be here at 8 o'clock, he'll go and do the interview with you. And I was like, yeah. Because I didn't have to be at work until 9 o'clock. So that worked out perfectly. So that morning, baby, I got myself up. I made sure I was clean as the State Board of Health. And I went to the interview. He asked me the different question. I don't even remember what he asked me. All I know is I didn't leave out of there without a job. And he asked, do you want to start today? And I was like, no, I'm at least get him 2 weeks. That's what my mama always told me. You don't leave nobody empty-handed like that, and give them a chance to say whether they want you to leave in that 2 weeks. Oh, rewind. So when that man gave me that write up, I immediately wrote up my resignation, and I printed out and I kept it in my drawer, because it was like God told me, you gonna get you. Oh, there you go. So my my thought on it is, I'm gonna get me something else. God is gonna bless me with something else. So what I did was, I had that resignation ready for when God was gonna move me. So when I left the interview, you talking about somebody was hollering and screaming and praising God. I said, thank you, Jesus. And he said, the man had told me, he said, when you're 2 weeks up, you just come on. You just let me know your last day, and we'll get your desk and everything prepared for for you to come on that Monday. So there it was. When I got to that office, baby, I was just I was smiling. I was just so excited to tell them that. Baby, I had that resignation on that desk. And so I asked the manager. I had went to his office, because mind you, it's my office, the lady that trained me, and then his office. So I had went to his door. He was talking to one of the supervisors that worked up in there. So I asked him, I said, when you get finished talking, can you come to my office, please? And he was like, okay. So baby, a whole hour, folks in and out of there. He run his mouth doing this and that. Hadn't came to it. So I took the opportunity. He was getting ready to walk past my office. I said, hey, Brian, I need to give you something. Baby, I took that paper and I gave him that paper. And I said, this is my 2 weeks notice. That man froze. When I say he froze, it was like, no, you didn't. Yes. Because remind you, just the day before you wrote me up. And so for me to be giving you a 2 weeks notice, the next day, baby, couldn't nobody tell me that wasn't nobody but God did that. You did all of that wrong for me to turn around and have to give you my 2 weeks notice the next day. So I was already prepared to, in case he say, well, you can go and clear out your desk. We no longer need you. Because that's what I was hoping he said. But no, he didn't do that. He gonna say, well, I'll go take a copy to HR. I said, oh no, I got them a copy. No, he said, I'll fax them the copy of the of your resignation. I said, no worries. I already got a copy for them, and I gotta go down there and take something to them and make sure I close out all my benefits. So I'll do it. So bubbly and so ready to give that notice. So when I got down there to give the HR lady my notice, she was like, you really leaving? Because she knew some of the stuff that had been going on in the unfair treatment and the stuff that the other lady was doing to me. So she was like, well, they're going to want to talk to you and ask you about your exit. You up for that? And I was like, yeah, sure, they can call me. It didn't bother me. So it was quiet as a church mice. Them last 2 weeks, like they were acting so secretive around me. It was the funny looks and all that stuff. And so the people that was happy for me would come up in the office and they'd be like, we heard what happened. You finna go. And I was like, yeah, God has blessed me, with another job. And so only certain ones knew that I was going to the lawyer office. And the other ones, they didn't know, especially like with that manager and his little crew, because they all talked about me anyway. So why I'm gonna give y'all satisfaction of letting you know what I'm finna do next? I don't care about y'all. Y'all didn't care about me. So I remember that last day of work, and we had this big event, and everybody was coming in saying bye to me and this and that. Well, when they were saying bye, the manager act like him and the girl standing up there talking, act like I wasn't even in the room. So I'm telling the ones that was there in that front little lobby thing that y'all have a good one. It's been great working with y'all and this and that. Baby, neither one of them wanted to say anything. Didn't matter to me because you can kiss it. Like, I didn't care at this point because I got the last laugh. You were going to try to get me fired, but God had other plans that the next day, after you done wrote me up over some graphic stuff, that I was able to give you my 2 weeks notice. And how I know they needed me was because somebody else had previously gave a resignation, and they told them, they can go and leave that day. But me, they had me to work them whole 2 weeks, because that would have meant old girl would have had to do all that work by herself. So they didn't want to take that chance. So yeah, they kept me on. And it was just really a sense of, I think they was in shock that I actually gave them a 2 weeks notice the day after he had wrote me up over a stupid graphic paper, because this girl was complaining, saying that I could have did more work but wouldn't show me more things to do. So yeah, y'all got what y'all wanted. You wanted me gone. I just happened to handle it better than you thought that you was gonna dish it out to me. So I am in my 30 minutes and I am up. So make sure you come tomorrow to tune in and binge watch my other lives, please, because I've been demonetized and I'm trying to get my money back. So please go watch my other videos. Love you guys. And if nobody told you today, you are beautiful and worthy. See you tomorrow.